In this video, I plan on instructing you, the viewer, on the basics of how to tell a joke. Now, I know someone in the comments section is gonna think they're clever and type something like, "Age, how are you supposed to be able to teach somebody how to make a joke when you aren't even funny, you little faggot?" Well, to the person that leaves that kind of comment on my videos, I got just one thing to say to you. I told you to stop watching my videos, Mom! They aren't for you, you fucking bitch! I'm of course just kidding there. My mother's a very nice lady to me, and nobody types those kind of comments on my videos. A more realistic comment would be something like... Get it? 'Cause nobody comments on my videos.
I tried so hard and got so far, but in the end, it doesn't even matter.
The first part you have to figure out when you're setting up a joke is the general topic of the joke, also known as the seed of the joke. A joke seed can be literally anything, and because of that reason, some people get into trouble because they pick to grow certain undesirable seeds. You see, most people only like seeds that grow into harmless, enjoyable plants, like, "What's the deal with the weather?" seeds, or "My wife drives me crazy" seeds. But not everyone is satisfied with those types of seeds. Some of us require more exotic and dangerous seeds. Seeds like, "I'm naked and I can't remember why" seeds. Or, "Hey, I'm not gay, but some transsexual women are pretty hot, right?" Okay, now before you start judging me, just look at some pictures of passable trans women and just try to honestly tell me you wouldn't smash if given the chance. Like in some of these pictures, they look pretty hot. Granted, in some of their other pictures, they look a bit confusing. Take a trans woman like Blair White, for example. She is very attractive, but she also gives me the strangest boners. Like literally, my dick will start growing toward her, but then its spidey senses will start tingling and it realizes that she is not a natural born woman, and it starts to make a U-turn, and ironically, she makes my dick look like a question mark. Okay, I feel like I need to make something very clear here. I don't necessarily want to have sex with a trans woman, because I think having sex with a trans woman would be a very similar experience to joining the Boy Scouts. You will never know if you find it fun until you try it. But you do know that there is a real possibility that someone will try to shove their dick in your mouth, and you're not really a big fan of that. Seeds. Now, for this video, I've randomly chosen television for my joke seed. Now that I have my general idea, it's time to get into specifics, or as I like to call it, growing the roots of the joke. For this joke, I want the roots to be in a specific children's TV show. So I might want to make the joke about Blue's Clues, or Sesame Street, or the Girls Gone Wild infomercial that used to play at 2:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time on Comedy Central every weeknight. You know, all of my favorite childhood shows. To keep the video on track and avoid me inevitably talking about softcore porn for 13 minutes, let's just have Blue's Clues as the joke root. Now that I've picked my seed and it's grown its roots, it's time to see what direction I want to take this joke in. Or, in other words, let's decide how we want the stem of the plant to grow. Is this plant metaphor working for everyone? Well, it doesn't really matter if it is or not because it's too late to change it. Plants, their life is a perfect metaphor for a joke. I guess that's something that me and plants have in common. I tried so hard and got so far, but in the end, it doesn't even matter. So, for the stem of the joke, I have to decide what kind of joke I want to make. Now there's dozens of different types of jokes, way too many for me to go into detail here, so I'll have to make a separate video just talking about all the different types of jokes. Well, maybe I'll do that. Maybe I won't. Who gives a shit what I do? Nobody!
I tried a lot and went somewhere, but at the
I think the best style to pick for this joke would be extreme juxtaposition, because kids shows are known for being very innocent and cheerful, so let's make a joke that is similar to Michael Jordan during his 2009 Hall of Fame introduction ceremony. Dark and really sad. Now that we have our joke stem, it's time to talk about the blooming step. The blooming step, also known as the punchline, is where the joke is actually made. Now, I know the idea that you have to make your joke in the punchline might seem confusing to you at first, but that's normal. Because even I, a known comedy genius, didn't understand what a punchline was at first. You see, for most of my life, I thought the punchline was what you called a group of ladies waiting for service at the shelter for abused women. So for years, I kept wondering why I had to tell all my jokes in a room full of women who have a clear history of not being very good listeners. But apparently, that is not the right definition. The punchline is just the part of the joke where absurdity comes together with reality in a way that's designed to cause a reaction from the listener. Which makes perfect sense, because for a joke to work, you need the joke to be absurd enough to catch the listener off guard, while also keeping it real enough for it to make some sense to the listener. The worst jokes are those that are extremely predictable, or make so little sense that they need to be explained. And unfortunately for me, those are the only jokes I know how to do. So after adding a punchline to my dark and sad Blue's Clues joke plant, here is what the final joke looks like. As a child, my favorite cartoon was Blue's Clues, which is kind of funny because as an adult, I constantly feel blue and I have no clue what I'm doing with my life. Boo! That joke wasn't funny! Mom! I told you not to show up! And I told you not to be such a little faggot all the time. Die already, you old bitch! Once again, people, my mother is a very lovely lady, and I would never actually talk to her like that. It's just jokes, everyone. Just jokes. Everyone should respect their mother. And, wear your seatbelt. Feels really weird to end a video on like a wholesome message. I feel like I have to say something really fucked up now just to kind of like balance it out. Like blowjobs for the mentally challenged. I want you all to know that this video was made all because I thought of that Blue's Clues joke randomly one night and I had no video to put it in. So, naturally, I spent days writing a 3-page script around it and spent several weeks of my life making it into a video. And the funniest thing about that joke is that it wasn't until I was finished making all of this that I realized something very important. I don't think that joke is even remotely funny. Like, it's a bad joke. Like, it's so fucking cheesy. Oh, God. My career hasn't even started, and I'm already a hack. Beautiful.